Welcome back to Fix Everything. Today, a 2018 Nissan Murano. License plate lamps are toast. This one's broken completely and that one's completely missing. So today, you and I will delve into this journey together because I have no idea what I'm doing. So I know for sure we have to take this back panel off. There's probably pop grommets that are in here. Gonna be real careful. There's also some clips here and here and here and here. I'm sure there's some sort of wiring in here, and I'm sure this cup probably comes off just like the CX-9. God rest its soul. 203,000 miles, and we're done. So now I have the 2018 Nissan Murano, 38,000 miles, and it is cherry. I think it came from Florida. It looks like nobody ever used it. But let's dig into this and we'll start removing this whole back panel. And for sure, these just pop out. So you're gonna take a screwdriver, get it up under that. Whoa, that just like fell out. And then just give it a little pop. It's good to do this in warmer weather, less chance that they're gonna break. So there's 4 there. Let's look around the side here. Nothing over here. Nothing over here. I think our next thing is probably the handle. These little access panels, you don't need to remove them. I can tell that right away, but I just wanted to see where they would go. Obviously, there's bulbs in there, so you can replace the taillights on both sides. And for the handle, I just have this painter's knife, and I put it over basically a cloth like this, and I just slipped it underneath there, and it popped out. So that was quite easy to remove. Now that I have these removed, all 4 of these, and the handle, looks like this might pose an issue. I'm not sure if I should pop that out, but I'll try it. So I just tugged at this one edge, and sure enough, there are those white clips in there, and I'm sure they go all the way around. So you're just going to basically pull on this, and it's just going to keep popping. This I don't know about the switch yet, so be careful. I'm sure there's a wire tethered to it. I'm not sure if there's a harness in there that you can disconnect, but just be careful when you're popping out this section here. And there is a wire harness. Wire right there, connector. So somehow get your hand in there and see if you can pull that out before you pull this out. Once these little side edges are out here, then you can reach at the top and pull straight towards you. See how this is released from the edge there? Just keep going. And you'll hear these. Whoa! All right, so this is what I was afraid of. There's a wire. Where is it? Oh, it's back there. So you got to be real careful. So it does have a wire. It does need to be unclipped. There's a little green clip in there. Get your fingernail or a screwdriver, and let's, you know what? I might be able to rest this and do this at the same time. That would be a coup. Just give it a squeeze. And out it comes. Hey, look at that. We got the back end, and it's open. Take a look down in here. Looks really clean, no rust. If there is, give it a spray. Try to slow that rust down. This has got still new grease on it. I can't believe the condition of this 7-year-old vehicle. I want to say it's from Georgia or Florida, and that perhaps a senior person was driving it because it's absolutely gorgeous inside. All right, let's get to the heart of the matter. I already see some clips here. What we're trying to do is get to the license plate lights. Let's look. So they are here. And so they're going to be up in there. There they are. There's one right there. And there's 2. The one with the white. Let me show you. What the heck's the camera on this thing? Okay, so right there. See that white one up there? So they got clips on this, looks like, too. So while I'm in here, it looks like there's a little rust forming there. I am definitely going to put some rust stop in there as long as I'm up in there. So let's see how these disconnect. So from down here where the latch motor is, if you just look up right there, wow, there's a nice gap here to be able to take these out. So this harness, the bulb bayonet, I'm just going to give it a little squirt with some silicone because I can see dirt and stuff there. It's probably been sitting there for 7 years, very still. And I can see actually, if you look down here, there's streaks against this metal. See that? Water coming in. Not good. So I'm glad I'm replacing these because it's been breached. So I gave that a little shot. I think we're going to turn the bulb harness counterclockwise, and we are. And there it is. Once this is out, this is cake. Watch this. So one side is clipped in permanently, and this side has a little bendy metal tab. All you got to do is squeeze it and push outwards towards the outside of the car. See that? And I think from there, we'll wrap ourselves around to the outside. And there it is. Wow. Yuck. Broken. Pads all mangled in the back. So glad we're getting rid of that thing. So that was very, very nice. So now we got the hole. So there's a little rust around the edge. I'm going to get a little sandpaper in there and some touch-up paint so we can slow that down before I put the new one in. And we're going to do the same thing for the other side. Just get some, I don't know, 120 grit and just scrape that edge clean of the rust. And then I'll get a little degreaser on a clean cloth and clean it real well before I grab the touch-up paint. Just getting the edges there, you know, sealing it up. I did get a degreaser and a cloth in here. Cleaned it nice. And I also did the backside as well. There was a little more rust there. Nice. And there's the outside. And there's the inside sanded with paint. Make sure you get the actual edges, the thin edge all the way around, because that is just steel, I think, just sticking out. So not only did I paint the flat spots front and back, but the edges as well. So I'm going to let that set up for a few minutes, and then I'm going to put the new lens in. So because this didn't have a lens on it, it has been frosted by the dirt and debris that's hit it over the last couple of years. So I'm going to replace these. I've got a beautiful, what I call the bulb box. It's got all kinds of stuff. These are standard 194 bulbs, and I'm going to replace both of them with 2 new ones. Yep, there's one. Nice and bright. You could use LEDs in here, I guess, if it's going to fit in the lens housing, but I don't have any, and this looks good. There's the 2 new frames. Actually, these are used. Got these on eBay. Crazy what they want. These are like 46 bucks a piece. I got them 2 for 30, and they're in remarkable condition. Make sure if you do buy used that you take a look at the rubber seal back here. This is nice and firm and spongy still. It's not coming apart, which is important to keep the water out. So check on eBay, check on Amazon, but they are out there. You don't have to pay top dollar for something as simple as this. This set actually came with the bayonet bulb harness attached to the lens, which I think is really cool. I guess I didn't notice that until just now, but I'm going to put these aside because the ones up here are brand new, and all I did was replace the bulb. So, from the outside, you're going to put it in this way until it falls into that groove. There it is. So from the hole, drag it backwards into that slot. And I think that's in. Just to make sure, I'm going to gently put the bayonet back in, line it up, without popping the lens back out, twist it back into position, and now, there it is right there. And then you just pull back on the harness. Try not to torque on the wire, but grab the gray part when you pull backwards toward yourself. And I just heard that clip. So it's just like an edge clip on one side, and then there's a little snapper bendy clip right there. And that's it. Perfect. It's in, and it's really making a good seal against the body. Really pleased with how that came out. And I'm really pleased with this design. Engineers actually thought about people like us and said, hey, you know what? We'll put some space in here so people can work on their cars. Genius. So for the driver's side, you're going to have to get a hand up in here and then another hand in here and use 2 sets of fingers to turn that bayonet counterclockwise. It wasn't too hard. This is just going to come out. Replace that. Gonna get my hand in there. See if I can get that little clip. Very tough to see this while I'm doing that. But you get the gist. Maybe I can go up underneath here. Huh? Spoke too soon about the engineers, though. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see this. My hand's going to be in the way, but I'm going to push. You can hear it snapping in there. He's snapping at me. He's snapping. What the? Or you could probably just get a screwdriver and push it against the tab there. And try to do it and push it out. There it goes. And just little finaglage. I had to take the lens off, but if you're in here replacing these anyway, it makes it way easier, gives you more clearance in there. Once again, clean it real good. I'm using degreaser so that it makes a good seal with that rubber seal that's behind the lens. This one looks a lot better. There's hardly any rust on this whatsoever. I will give it a quick touch up around the edges, but this looks tremendously good. Old lamp out, new lamp in. Ooh, I found a trick. Rather than put it in straight, come off from the side and slide it in an angle, check that out, and it goes right in. I was struggling on the other one, but no need. Just come in from one of the sides, actually from the right side, and slide it in. That pinky trick, depending on the size of your pinky, works great in that hole. Just pull it backwards until this clip on this side, the squeeze clip, snaps against the body. Wow, great design. And next time you need to do the camera change, that's really easy to get to versus the Mazda. There's one bolt right there, and that's what holds that whole grommet in, and the camera's on the other side. Wow, lots of room to work here. Bayonet harness in, 2 hands, 1 finger on one side, 1 on the other. These go in clockwise, come out counterclockwise. So before you seal this whole thing up and put all the trim back, turn your lights on, make sure the lights are on. And bingo. Yeah, I think LEDs would look really sharp if you could get the warm whites. That would have you not changing these as often. It would probably last the life of the car. But they look nice. I like the warm white. Gives it like an opera type of look. And hey, you know what? It's just to light up the plate. But better yet, these are in good shape and it's keeping water out, which is even better. Okay, let's put it all back together. Just make sure your grommets are straight. I'll give you an idea of what I mean by that. These are, see how there's a little thing here, the slot? When I pulled these off, the grommet was like that. Off center. You don't want to put it back on that way because you'll probably lose the grommet inside. It'll pop off or it won't line up and you'll bend it. So make sure they're all on there nice and tight. And I went around and did that. You can clean this bottom edge like I just did as well. even though I can't see it, it makes me feel real good that it's clean on the inside. I know that is just a disease that I have, and I just can't get rid of it. So let's put it back on. Unlike some vehicles, this is the top where the window is, this edge. There's no ridge here. So I think this thing just pops back in straight against the back panel. So there's nothing you need to hook. I remember on the Mazda, this had like a little lip on it. You used to hang it before you pushed it in. So I think this is just find the right holes and snap them in. Okay, before you put it in, don't forget that wire harness for the door release. That has to get plugged in first. If you have somebody to help you, that would be a lot easier, but clip that in and hold it with one hand. Just don't let it drag or drop because you want to put any torque on this wiring harness. So I don't know if this is right, but I looked through here and I put this grommet in first, then I put that one in there, and then I just kept going around the outside, around the outside, around the outside, and then just kept popping them in. So went very well. I'll put these clips on next. Oh, there's one. That kind of came out. Yeah, there's another one. Remember where they were, kind of, and see if you can match your fist to the grommet, or the, I keep calling it a grommet. It's I don't know what the hell it is. It's you know, fastener, a plastic fastener. I think I got them all. Just like pushing a button. That's what they are. Button fasteners. I don't know if that's what they call them, but I like that name. Make sure the button is popped up and out of the housing like that before you do that, or it won't work. Oh, nice. Now, the handle. Where is it? Oh, yeah, right here. So this only goes in one way. I think it's like that. Would I be right? Maybe not. Yeah, no. Only goes in one way, so you can't mess up. Just push. I think that was it. Yeah, that's about it. Wow. Nothing to it. And then you can put your recess panels back on. Actually, taking them off was a good idea. I had somewhere to grab and pull this, all the fasteners off, so that worked out well. It just pops right in. So all you got to do is there's a little notch right there. Get yourself a little plastic something so you don't mar the surface. I used a plastic screwdriver. It worked well. So, yeah. Wow. That's it. Holy smokes. The 2018 Nissan Murano. What is this? Is that lint? Is that dirt? Oh my God. I gotta grab the vacuum. So I gotta go. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in to Fix Everything. Summer 2025, the 2018 Nissan Murano. Changing out the license plate lenses and bulbs. I certainly hope this helped. Thank you so much for the support. It's amazing, my tiny little channel. I have, I think, 604 subscribers. Very, very thrilled at that. I know it's not much, but thanks for hanging around. I really appreciate the support. You guys have a fantastic summer. Until next time. And remember, if it was put together, it comes apart.